Meteorologist Dave Aiken. We're starting to see these storms, this snow starting to come down here in North Carolina. When can we anticipate starting to see those pops of flurries here in the Triad?
Well, I tell you, Wanya, it's good to see you. I think it'll probably be later on this afternoon. We've got a lot of dry air at the surface, and we'll talk about that here in just a second. But you can see all the winter storm alerts that extend all the way from New England, all the way back out through the Midwest, the Carolinas, into Texas, and even to the desert Southwest. And those winter storm alerts will really start to come into play as we get into later this afternoon. We'll talk about those in more detail, but just kind of understand that we're under the gun for some decent winter weather, whether it's sleet or a little bit of snow, but mainly sleet and freezing rain as we get into especially later this evening and then on into the overnight hours and through a good portion of the day tomorrow, mainly for some freezing rain on Sunday. Not much to show you on the radar. I know you probably see a little bit of snow shower activity, but as I mentioned, it's so dry at the surface, most of this not quite reaching the ground. It just kind of translates into a little bit more in the way of some extra cloud cover. And boy, it's cold out there too at this hour as well. We back things out and you can see high pressure starting to build in over the northeast. We get that northeast flow, that wind at the surface. First of all, at the beginning, it kind of dries us out until some of this moisture that's back out west starts to work our way, and that will be a little bit later on. And that's got to overcome a lot of the dry air that's at the surface across the Carolinas once it gets over on this side of the mountains. So we'll watch for that as we go on in through, especially later this afternoon, but more so into the evening and into the overnight hours. I talked about how dry the surface is with our temperatures into the 20s. Look at this. We're seeing dew point levels in the single digits. It's 2 in Reidsville, 4 in Greensboro. That's how dry the air is. And of course, the bigger span you have between the dew point temperature and the actual air temperature, which is 24, which is 20 degrees warmer, that's why you've got that dry air in place, and a lot of moisture just kind of falls into that dry layer of air near the surface, and it just kind of evaporates. But it's cold out there, I grant you that. 24 in Burlington now, 26 in Winston-Salem, 20s back out into the mountains at this hour. So everybody is below the freezing mark and well below freezing at this hour as well. The winds are up too. We've got a northeast and easterly wind out there, 15 to 20 miles per hour, especially into the Piedmont. Not as bad in the mountains at this hour. So that puts our wind chills down to around 11. That's what it feels like when you walk outside. It feels like it's 11 degrees and 13 degrees Burlington, 16 Winston-Salem, 20s down to the south, 15 Reidsville's the wind chill right now, and some low and mid 20s up into the mountains. Not as bad there because the winds aren't blowing quite as much. So here are the winter storm alerts, and they're all over the state. You can pick the color you like here. Weather advisories down over the coastal plain all the way to the beaches. And then we've got our winter storm warning that goes into effect officially at 1 o'clock, just so that you know that. But that doesn't mean that we'll see precipitation at 1 o'clock. It will probably be later this afternoon, the way things are kind of lining up. And this ice storm warning that's down to our south and western parts of the state, where we have this ice storm warning for better chances of ice. That does include Davie County, and then back out to the southwest part of the state, and that includes Charlotte, also the upstate of South Carolina, all the way down in the Midlands of South Carolina, around Columbia or so. Precipitation begins later today, later on into the afternoon, probably more so into the evening hours, and it may start as a brief little burst of snow, and then sleet kind of takes over with a bit of grandeur as we get into the overnight. The sleet looks like it'll be around most of the night before changing over to freezing rain sometime late tonight or even early tomorrow morning. And it's that freezing rain that really causes the issue. That's what causes the icing across the area. That's what accumulates on a lot of the power lines and the tree limbs out there, the bridges. The roads get worse, of course, too, because those branches out there, the power lines just can't hold that ice if it does develop, and when it does develop, it can't hold it, so they just kind of fall down to the ground, or branches hit power lines, and that's where you get the power outages. And that's the one thing we really don't want. No power, no heat, and it's going to be cold over the course of the next few days. So here we are. You can see the sleet through there, freezing rain, and I meant to slow this down a little bit more for you as we go through time. By the time we get on to late Sunday, most of this activity should be pretty much out of the area in that time frame as we get on into the time as we get into tomorrow evening, later into the evening, and certainly by overnight. We're still kind of following our snow and sleet forecast too, where we could see anywhere from 1 to 2 inches of sleet for the most part, maybe some snow in here too. Higher totals off to the north and west and back out over the mountains where they could see 2 to 4 inches of snow and sleet. across the area. The sleet's a little better than the freezing rain, which we'll see more of tomorrow. You can see here on this freezing rain forecast, anytime you get up above 1/4 of an inch and really closer to 1/2 an inch, then you've got some issues. So that's why this area down to the south and west of the immediate triad has kind of got some higher freezing rain totals. That's not great news that we'll have to watch for. And then 1/4 to 1/2 inch across areas of the Piedmont, the areas of the foothills, and back up into areas of Virginia for freezing rain. This will probably take place more as we get into the day tomorrow as opposed to today. So while we have it as an alert day today, tomorrow is probably the day you're really going to start to feel the effects of it, and that's when you'll really start to see the dangerous travel develop overnight tonight. Roads become very slick and icy through that time frame overnight tonight, through the day tomorrow, probably into the first part of the week too. Power outages with that heavy icing can cause long outages for an extended period of time. So you've still got some time at this hour through another few hours to go out and get whatever you might need, batteries. Make sure you know how to charge your cell phone if your power goes out at the house. And then as we get into the early part of the week, Monday and Tuesday, that's when we see the really cold temperatures come in here. You know, Tuesday morning we could see temperatures, air temperatures in the single digits, and that's when you get a lot of pipes to freeze at the house. So make sure you've got things wrapped up outside, undo all the hoses from the spigots that are outside, so that if you lose power, make sure you layer your clothing, make sure you got plenty of blankets in the house, comforters, whatever you can to stay warm, and seal off the rooms that you don't use in the house. Close the windows, close the curtains and the doors, and keep all the heat in the house that you can. And any safe backup heat source is always good to have. You have a fireplace, wood fireplace, or gas fireplace. Those are great to have around, and a benefit. And indoor approved heaters, kerosene heaters that are properly approved, something to use like that. Our wind gust speeds and directions as we go into this evening, still that northeast wind, and you can see anywhere from 20 miles per hour gusting. These are wind gusts, by the way, and then they are kind of continue back out to the west, but not as bad into the mountains this afternoon. And that's where we get our wind chills. So as we get on into later this evening, we get wind chills into the teens, and then even tomorrow, even though the winds let up a little bit, it's still going to feel like it's in the upper teens to around 20 as we get into tomorrow afternoon. So it's going to feel really cold out there. So prepare to stay indoors maybe for a couple of days. We'll have to see the extension of that as this storm comes about. But the idea behind all this is you've still got a little bit of time, a very small window of time to prepare for this. So around the house, make sure everybody has what they need, any sort of food, medication, stuff for the kids to do. Early snow and sleet will continue as we go on into late this evening, then sleet and freezing rain, and mainly freezing rain through the day on Sunday. And dangerous or impossible travel will be possible as we get on into the Sunday night time frame, and probably in through the day Monday as well, as we don't expect temperatures to come up a whole lot in that time frame either. Alert days for later this afternoon into the overnight, and then on into Sunday. Our temperatures into the upper 20s then. We're 18 to start tomorrow morning. And we barely get above freezing on Monday, 32, 33, so the icy travel will probably stick around if there's anything that's layered out across the region. You get that glaze to develop when that freezing rain comes through a good portion of the day tomorrow. We'll watch that develop through the day on Sunday. And then a very cold Tuesday morning. These are air temperatures, by the way, 6, and if there's a breeze blowing, it'll probably feel closer to 0 on Tuesday morning. We don't get above freezing the way we're thinking right now for Tuesday either. In fact, we've really only got Wednesday as the warmest day of 34. Temperatures Wednesday and through Friday morning are into the teens or even some single digits by the end of the week, and we stay in the upper 20s for Thursday and Friday afternoon, Wanye.